Hello everyone. Welcome to Nanuya channel. And today, we're diving into a question that I think crosses everyone's mind at some point. Do you ever think about moving somewhere new, where no one knows you, and starting your life afresh? It's a fascinating thought, right? The idea of packing up, leaving behind everything familiar, and beginning again in a place where you can be whoever you want to be. But is it really as easy or as glamorous as it sounds? Let's explore that today in detail. And at the end of the video, there will be some explanations of difficult words or phrase to expand your vocabulary. So why does this idea appeal to so many of us? For some, it's the allure of reinvention. Maybe you feel stuck in your current environment, weighed down by past mistakes, old relationships, or expectations that don't fit who you are anymore. A new place can feel like a reset button, a chance to redefine yourself on your own terms. You can craft a new identity, pursue new passions, and leave behind anything that no longer serves you. From a psychological perspective, this desire often stems from the concept of self-discrepancy theory. When there's a gap between our actual self, who we are now, and our ideal self, who we want to be, it creates discomfort. The idea of moving somewhere new gives us hope that we can bridge that gap more easily in a different environment, free from external judgments and expectations. For others, it's about escaping something, stress, routine, or even people who make life difficult. A fresh start might feel like the only way to break free from toxic cycles or bad habits. Sometimes, a change of scenery provides the motivation needed to take charge of one's life. Psychologically, this can be linked to avoidance coping mechanisms. When faced with stressful situations, some people respond by physically removing themselves from the environment that causes distress. While this can provide temporary relief, it doesn't always address the root causes of one's dissatisfaction. And then, of course, there's the excitement of the unknown. New places, new faces, new experiences. There's something exhilarating about starting from zero and seeing what life has in store for you. It's the opportunity to explore a different culture, try new foods, immerse yourself in a different way of life, and challenge yourself to adapt to unfamiliar surroundings. From a psychological standpoint, novelty-seeking behavior is a key factor in personal growth. The brain thrives on new stimuli, and experiencing a different environment can boost creativity, resilience, and cognitive flexibility. However, too much change too quickly can also lead to stress and anxiety. Someone's story: I never had a wish to start my life over because my life was screwed. But I already wished to start my life over because I realized that my relationships, friends, and social circles were getting superficial, and I started feeling like I didn't belong there anymore. I did move out to follow the dream of living in Europe, but also to try new things, meet new people, and step away from the superficial relationships I had been experiencing. The positive thing about this experience is that all the superficial people naturally started to fade out of my life, which actually helped me see which friends were really friends and which ones were not worth holding on to. Living away for so long has made it easier to let go of relationships that no longer serve me. It's kind of relieving, actually. This is a powerful example of how moving to a new place isn't just about the physical change. It's about emotional and social transformation, too. Sometimes, we don't even realize how much we've outgrown certain environments until we step away from them. But let's be real. Moving somewhere new isn't always the magical escape we imagine. No matter where you go, you still bring yourself, your habits, your fears, and your baggage. Changing locations doesn't automatically change who you are. If you don't confront the root causes of your dissatisfaction, you might find yourself facing the same struggles in a different place. This is related to the psychological concept of the hedonic treadmill. We often believe that external changes will bring lasting happiness, but over time, we tend to return to our baseline level of well-being. So while a move might provide a temporary boost in excitement, it may not lead to long-term fulfillment unless deeper internal work is done. Then there are the practical challenges: finding a job, making new friends, adapting to a different culture or lifestyle. It's not always easy. The first few months can feel lonely, even overwhelming. There's a real learning curve in settling into a new environment, from understanding local customs to navigating a different cost of living. And let's not forget the nostalgia factor. You might miss the people, places, and routines you left behind more than you expected. Sometimes we romanticize new beginnings without fully appreciating what we already have. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's just different. So, how do you know if moving somewhere new is truly the right decision for you? First, ask yourself, are you running towards something or away from something? If you're running away, take a step back and think about whether a fresh start is what you need, or if there are deeper issues to address first. Running from problems without resolving them often leads to repeating the same patterns elsewhere. Psychologists refer to this as the geographic cure fallacy, the mistaken belief that changing one's location will solve all problems. While a new setting can offer new opportunities, long-term change requires addressing internal struggles first. Second, plan wisely. A fresh start doesn't have to mean a total reset. Sometimes small changes, like a new job, new hobbies, or new social circles, can give you the feeling of renewal without uprooting everything. Maybe it's not about moving across the world, but instead making meaningful changes in your current environment. Third, consider the logistics. Research potential locations, job opportunities, and the cost of living. Talk to people who have made similar moves. Try visiting the place first before making a permanent decision. Understanding what to expect can help prevent regret later on. And finally, embrace the fact that no matter where you go, self-improvement is an internal journey. If you want to truly start fresh, the real work starts within. Moving might give you a new backdrop, but the script of your life is still written by you. At the end of the day, moving somewhere new can be an exciting and transformative experience, but it's not a magic fix. If you're considering it, go in with open eyes, a solid plan, and a willingness to grow beyond just your environment. What do you think? Have you ever dreamed of starting fresh somewhere new? Maybe you've done it before. How did it turn out for you? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment or send me a message. Thanks for tuning in to Nanuya Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care and keep growing. External judgments refers to the opinions, expectations, and criticisms from others, whether from society, family, friends, or colleagues, that can influence how a person sees themselves or behaves. In the context of the script, it means being free from the pressure of others' opinions when starting fresh in a new place. Toxic cycles refer to repetitive, harmful patterns in life, such as unhealthy relationships, self-destructive habits, or negative thought patterns. These cycles can make people feel stuck, leading them to seek a fresh start as a way to break free from them. Dissatisfaction refers to a feeling of unhappiness, disappointment, or lack of fulfillment. In this context, it means a person is unhappy with their current situation, which could be due to their environment, relationships, or personal struggles. Surroundings refers to the environment or physical space around someone. In this context, unfamiliar surroundings means a new or unknown place where someone has not been before, which could bring excitement, challenges, or personal growth. Superficial means shallow, lacking depth, or not having deep meaning. In this context, it refers to relationships that feel surface level, where there isn't a strong emotional or meaningful connection. The hedonic treadmill is a psychological concept that describes how people tend to return to a stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative life changes. In other words, while moving to a new place or making a big change might bring temporary excitement or relief, over time, you may find yourself feeling just as content or discontent as before. It suggests that lasting happiness comes more from internal mindset shifts than external changes. The geographic cure fallacy is the mistaken belief that moving to a new place will automatically solve personal problems, unhappiness, or dissatisfaction. While a change of scenery can provide a fresh perspective and temporary relief, unresolved internal struggles often follow a person wherever they go. True change comes from addressing the root causes of one's challenges, not just changing external circumstances,